Welcome to Hot Drama TV.
In Chinese entertainment, success is often measured by one thing: ranking. Who comes first? Who stands in the center? Who gets the biggest name on the poster? But what happens when an actor chooses not to compete for first place? Today's story is about Liu Yuning, an artist caught in the whirlwind of ranking wars, rumors, and expectations, yet calmly stepping aside from the scoreboard. No shouting, no public battles. Just one quiet question that challenges the entire industry. Backhand index pointing right: does first place really define value? Or does memory? Stay with me, because this is not just a story about one actor. It's a story about what truly lasts in an industry obsessed with numbers. In the Chinese entertainment industry, there is a silent scoreboard that never disappears. It is not written on stage, not spoken aloud at press conferences, yet everyone knows it exists. That scoreboard is called ranking. And recently, Liu Yuning found himself standing right at the center of this invisible storm. The industry's obsession with first place. In today's C-Ent world, billing order is no longer a technical detail. It has become a public declaration of power. Who appears first on the poster? Whose name is mentioned the most in promotions? Whose face occupies the largest space? To many, top billing equals influence, popularity, and industry recognition. For fans, it goes even deeper. First lead is not just about pride. It is proof that their idol can carry a drama, secure ratings, and dominate conversations. That is why fandoms fight so fiercely over rankings, sometimes more passionately than they discuss the story itself. Ironically, this obsession has turned many promising projects into battlegrounds. Conflicts over billing have delayed productions, divided audiences, and even damaged the reputation of entire crews before a single episode aired. To survive this pressure, producers increasingly choose a diplomatic solution: equal billing. Male and female leads share the spotlight, names appear side by side, and no one officially wins. It is not ideal, but it keeps the peace. The rumor that sparked the fire. Against this backdrop, a rumor quietly spread, and then exploded. People claimed that Liu Yuning had not finalized a new film or drama project for over a year, because he was chasing #1 billing. The implication was sharp, that he had become overly concerned with status, ranking, and position. The story spread fast because it fit the industry's favorite narrative: ambition turning into ego. But Liu Yuning did something unexpected. He spoke up. Ranking is not my value. When Liu Yuning finally addressed the speculation, his response was calm, almost disarming. He said he does not care whether his name appears first, second, or even fifth. What matters, he explained, is whether the role is good, whether the character has depth, and whether it can leave a mark on the audience. In his view, an actor's value is not measured by poster placement, but by memory. If a character stays with the audience, his stance suggests, then the ranking no longer matters. He went further. A fifth billed role that becomes unforgettable is far more meaningful than a first billed role that leaves no trace. And if a lead role fails to resonate, then being #1 becomes an empty title. Actions speak louder than posters. What makes this story compelling is that Liu Yuning's words are not just philosophy. They are reflected in his career choices. In projects such as Bowing Down and A Dream of the Book, he accepted second billing without hesitation, willingly placing the spotlight on his female co-stars like Song Zhu and Apos, and Li Yitong. There was no public resistance, no insistence on hierarchy, no attempt to dominate promotional narratives. Instead, he focused on performance, and audiences noticed. Despite not being listed first, viewers consistently recognized Liu Yuning as a key reason these works resonated. His presence carried weight, his characters felt alive, and his contribution was undeniable. The ranking did not erase his impact. If anything, it highlighted it. A quiet challenge to the system. This is why Liu Yuning's story feels larger than one actor. In an industry increasingly obsessed with numbers, placements, and labels, his stance quietly challenges the system. It asks a difficult question: what truly lasts? The order of names, or the power of a performance? Liu Yuning's answer is clear. Fame fades, posters change, rankings reset with every project. But a character that lives in the audience's memory, that is real success. And perhaps that is why, even while standing in the middle of the ranking whirlwind, Liu Yuning remains remarkably steady, not chasing first place, not fighting the scoreboard, just choosing roles that matter, and letting the audience decide what is truly unforgettable. Yet the story does not end with calm words and quiet confidence, because in the Chinese entertainment industry, choosing not to fight for ranking is itself a form of resistance. The cost of not competing. For many actors, refusing to obsess over billing can be risky. Ranking is currency. It affects casting negotiations, brand endorsements, platform backing, and even how media frames an actor's trajectory. To step away from that battlefield is to accept uncertainty, and sometimes misunderstanding. For more than a year, Liu Yuning did not rush into a new drama just to keep his name visible. To outsiders, the pause looked suspicious. To gossip circles, it became fuel. But behind the scenes, that pause signaled something else: selectivity over speed. In an era where visibility often matters more than substance, slowing down can look like falling behind. But Liu Yuning seemed willing to accept that illusion, because he was playing a longer game. From position to presence. There is a subtle difference between position and presence. Position is where your name appears. Presence is what remains after the screen goes dark. Liu Yuning's career has increasingly leaned toward presence. Whether through emotionally grounded performances or music that amplifies the emotional spine of a story, he has built recognition not through dominance, but through consistency. Audiences may debate who was first billed, but they remember who made them feel something. That is why discussions around his roles often drift away from rankings and toward scenes. Specific moments, lines, expressions, and emotional beats that linger long after an episode ends. Why this resonates with viewers. Perhaps the most interesting twist is how audiences respond to this mindset. In a market saturated with competition narratives, who surpassed whom, who is rising, who fell behind, Liu Yuning's refusal to frame success as a zero-sum game feels refreshing. Almost rebellious. Viewers are tired of watching talent reduced to numbers. They crave authenticity, growth, and sincerity. By openly stating that he values depth over dominance, Liu Yuning aligns himself with that fatigue. He becomes not just an actor navigating the system, but a mirror reflecting what many audiences secretly wish the system could be. A different kind of leading role. Ironically, by stepping away from the obsession with first place, Liu Yuning may have found a different way to lead. Not as the loudest name on the poster, but as an example. An example that says success does not have to be aggressive. That progress does not require stepping on others. That sometimes choosing the right role matters more than choosing the highest spot. In the end, the whirlwind of ranking continues to spin. Posters will be redesigned. Names will be rearranged. New controversies will replace old ones. But somewhere between the noise and the numbers, Liu Yuning stands quietly, focused not on where his name is written, but on whether his work is remembered. And in an industry obsessed with first place, that may be the boldest position of all. In the end, posters will change, rankings will reset, and new names will rise and fall with every project. But what audiences remember is never the order of names. They remember the scenes that moved them, the characters that stayed with them, the performances that felt real. Liu Yuning may not always stand at the top of the billing list, but he continues to stand firmly in the audience's memory. And perhaps, in a world obsessed with first place, choosing substance over status is the bravest role of all. If you enjoyed this kind of deep, story-driven analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below, because the most meaningful conversations always happen after the screen fades to black. Performing art sparkles.